Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is Friday, July 18th, 2025. So, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. So, I was just trying to figure out how to word this, and I think I got it. So, you could have been noticing this too, okay? Where people are complimenting you, or they were complimenting you, and instead of you responding as if it was the first time you've ever heard that compliment, oh my god, really? Oh my god, wow! Instead of responding that way, you're just like, oh, thanks. Why? Because you know. You're not new to this. You're aware of your gifts, your talents, whether you're divine masculine, how attractive and handsome you are, whether you're divine feminine, how attractive and beautiful you are, how intelligent you are, but you're aware of these things, right? And that's not a crime. It's not a crime to be aware of your beauty, gifts, and talents. Let's just say that. It's not a crime, okay? It's not a crime to be aware. You know this. That's part of knowing who you are. That's you know who you are also entails you being aware of what you provide. You know, what you are given by the divine, like what your gifts are, your talents, your beauty, your handsomeness, your whatever. It's part of being aware and knowing who you are, because you're aware of these things. So here's the thing, right? So you have people that are attempting to, or have been, or are still, right, or want to compliment you, but they want you to react as if you've never heard that compliment, as if you are not aware of who you are, right? They want you to be like, oh my god, thank you, oh my god, right? Like that. But instead, you're just like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's blowing their mind. That's really irritating them, right? Because that's just solidifying the fact that you know who you are. And that's aggravating them, because it's like, I'm not, to them, it's aggravating them because they're not contributing to your self-image, They're not contributing to your self-image. Because you know, thank you for the compliment. It's not needed. I appreciate it. But thank you. I'm aware of my own self-worth. I'm aware. But they want to contribute to your self-worth. And so when you're not reacting or responding in a way where it's like, it's just, it's in a way like letting them know you know who you are. Okay? You know who you are. Right? And it's irritating them, because that's also letting them know, because you know your worth and you know who you are, you're not fishing for those kinds of interactions, those kinds of compliments, those kinds of attention. You're not fishing for it. It's because I don't need that. I know who I am. I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm solid over here. I'm well aware of my gift, skills, and talents. I'm well aware of that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, for the compliment. I appreciate that you appreciate the acknowledgement. I appreciate that you're acknowledging it and that you're aware of it as well. but I too am aware. Okay, I feel like it's just a lot of like, that's really what it is. They want to contribute. They want to hold that power. If I acknowledge you, right? If I make you feel seen, then that gives me power over you because I can take it away at any time. That's really what that is about. They want to have that power over you where their opinions and their interactions and their attention matters to you. That's what they want. They want to be able to have the power to, like, if I say you matter, you matter. If I say you don't matter, you don't matter. But that doesn't work with you because why? Because you know you matter. Whether or not they compliment you, whether or not they're giving you attention, whether or not whatever. You know you matter regardless of that interaction, regardless of those people, right? You know you matter. Thank you for the accomplishment, or thank you for the compliment, right? Thank you for the appreciation, right? Thank you, I appreciate that. To them, there's like, well, that's it. You don't appreciate the fact that I notice you. You don't appreciate the fact that I'm giving you this compliment. Thank you for the compliment. I just said thank you. But they want to be able to have that power of, you feel worthless unless we're giving you these compliments. You feel unseen unless we are, giving you some kind of attention. And that doesn't work with the collective. That doesn't roll over here. That's not how that works. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. You are well aware of yourself. That's part of knowing who you are. Why? Because God said so. Right? God loves you. That's all you need. Oh, you love me? Okay, cool. Say less. Then, right, it's nice to have love by your friends, your family, blah, blah. But then you have other people that try to take advantage of that. That make it seem like their loves, their attention, their compliments are the only ones that matter. And without that, you're not being seen, you're not being heard. Where's your self-worth? Do you even have self-worth? And the kicker is, is that, thanks, I appreciate that. But, I had an interaction like that, and it's just constant interactions, and it's just the funniest thing when people, you're not jumping up and down like a dog, like more, give me more, acknowledge me more, and it's just like, that's mad desperate. I made a post actually on my community board saying that you cannot manipulate someone who's not desperate to be liked. And that's not you. You're not desperate to be liked. Especially by a bunch of karmics. You already know you are loved by the Most High God. That is enough. I appreciate, the compliments. I acknowledge that you acknowledge me. Okay? But what is it that's as far as it goes? Okay? I'm well aware. Alright? If you want to go out of your way and compliment me, that's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliment. But aside from that, appropriately, obviously. But aside from that, like, do you want the collective to jump up and down? Thank you, give me more. Like, that's... Okay, now, at that point, that's your ego talking. Because your ego is telling you, I need to have some sort of control. And that's the problem, right? You got a bunch of people that want to control you, but they can't even control themselves. Handle yourself first before you try to be someone's handler. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then there are the same people that get mad because you're not... Anybody here giving me compliments? Anybody want to give me attention? That's not you. That's them. That's weird to me. But whatever. Anyways. So, you have a bunch of people that are feeling some type of way because, to sum it down, right? Because you're not reacting how they want you to react when they give you compliments or... give you attention or acknowledgments or whatever, right? You're not reacting like you're in a desert searching for water. That's not... I'm very well watered over here, right? Collective, you're an abundance of love and acknowledgement and water and blah, 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 blah. Like, thank you. That's not saying that it's not nice to hear compliments and, that's not being mean, saying, like, you're too good to be acknowledged or you're too good for compliments, right? Because you're human, right? But the thing is, there's a difference. Like, you have people that feel like you owe them something because they admire you. And when they vocalize that to you, like, give you there's something about your accomplishments, okay? There's something about your accomplishments because that keeps coming out. When they openly admire you or give you a compliment or give you attention, whatever the case it is, you're not like a dog with a bone. You're not like in the desert for water, and that's really bothering them because it's like, well, I gave you a compliment. Shouldn't you like appreciate that? Shouldn't you be happy that I gave you a compliment? And it's just like, I literally just said, thank you, I appreciate that. Right? But you're not reacting the way they want you to react. It's actually, you know what's giving? It's giving it's giving crazy fans, right? And I read so many things about how fans, they'll give their favorite, whoever they idolize, like the favorite singer or whatever, like expensive watch. Like, I kid you not, I was reading this story about, you see it all the time, how like fans give their favorite celebrities like jewelry and flowers and cards and letters, and they just be doing the most, and then they expect something back, right? Like a signed letter or a signed photograph or a shout out or whatever. And it's just like, the celebrity, appreciates it, but like at the end of the day, like, why would you go out of your way to buy a $2,000 Cartier watch for your favorite celebrity? There was a story about this girl where she sent one of her favorite celebrities like years ago, right? Now, the reason why this story was even coming up is because she's now she's realizing how dumb that was of her to do. But again, she was young and dumb, right? Where she had, I think it was like a Tiffany watch or something, I don't know, but she had bought this very expensive bracelet or a piece of jewelry, and then she mailed it to her favorite celebrity. And looking back at it is like, does that really make sense? Right? I don't know if she was expecting that celebrity to like call her up and be like, oh my god, thank you so much, why don't you come down and blah 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 blah. Like, it's not, it's not that. So I feel like people are expecting, because they're giving you these they're admiring you openly, they expect something in return, even like, but the way it's just so weird. It's a lot of ego and power, right? They're expecting you to react a certain way, and when you're not, it bothers them, right? And I know this sounds, it can come off as sounding like really cocky and vain, but it's really, from the perspective of the karmics, it's more like, I'm giving you this, what can I take from you? I'm giving you this, now give me something in return. That's why it's so bad. Right? It's not genuine. It's not genuine at all. And that's why it's bothering them. But they want to make it seem like you're cocky, you're vain, you're mean, you're this, you're that. Like, because I know that I'm a great singer, or because I know I'm a great cook, or because I know I'm this, or because I know I'm that. Like, how does that... It does not make you... It's not a crime to know your worth, collective. Right? It's not a crime to know your worth, but to these people it is, because they want to be able to have that power to give you that acknowledgement, to give you that sense of self-worth, to give you that sense of self-love. And that's not where that's coming from. It's coming from the Most High God. They cannot give you something you already have, and that bothers them, because they want that ego of theirs, and they want some sort of power and control over you. They want to have dominion over you. My chest is hurting. You got a bunch of people that are like acting brokenhearted, or it's stupid. I feel like there's a lot of people that could benefit from therapy, but not realizing that therapy could be very useful. It's very beneficial to figure out why you feel you should have dominion over someone else. Why? Where is that coming from? You know what I think is coming from? I think it's coming from because a lot of these people feel like they've had no control or power in their lives, right? So to make them feel worthy or seen or powerful, they want to demonstrate what was demonstrated upon them. You see, that's kind of like hurt people kind of energy. So it's that. Anyways, moving on. I just spent 14 minutes talking about this. Jupiter, you're very, very lucky, right? You're very, very lucky. I feel like people want to make it seem like, well, you're only there because blah, blah. It's like, I mean... God gave you that skill, gift, talents, beauty, whatever it is, that handsomeness, that attractiveness, that intelligence, that skill, that gift. God gave that to you. And then you took it upon yourself to be aware of that and utilize that to your fullest potential. And other people can see that. And a lot of people, they do admire that for, you know, out of genuity. They love that. They want to see more of that, right? And they don't expect anything in return. They just want you to keep doing your best. But then you have other people that say, well, if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for us, right? And it's just like, that's farther, that couldn't be farther from the truth, all right? You're seen as very lucky, very abundant, very prosperous, very, like, things are just so effortless and easy for you. That's what it seems like, all right? So you got a lot of people that feel some type of way about that too. So, oh, you think you're cocky because you know who you are and you're lucky. Like, first of all, you're delusional. Okay, stop making things up in your mind. Okay, get out of your head and go to therapy. Because whatever you're feeling, you're trying to put that shit on me, and that's, like I said, that couldn't be farther from the truth. These are people that they want to assume your identity because they can't give you your identity, so they want to assume your identity, right? The granting of blessings from good fortune, Jupiter. I feel like this is your constant energy. This is just a constant thing. A constant thing. That's your energy. It's like you're like constantly in this energy. And people don't like that. You're like this glowing, happy ball of sunshine. And people feel some type of way because they cannot say they're only a glowing ball of sunshine because we made them that way. They can't say that. The reason why you're a glowing ball of sunshine is because you know you are. That's what God intended you to be. God created you in His image, right? God created you in their image. That's who you are. I'm a ball of sunshine because God said I am. That's it. Right? But people feel some type of way because they want to be like, oh my God, you're such a glowing ball of sunshine. You're like, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Instead of like, oh my God, really? You think so? Oh my God, thank you. Tell me again. Tell me. You're not doing that. And they want to be able to be like, okay, now you're not. Now you're not a glowing ball of sunshine today. And then you're like, well, I guess I have to wait until tomorrow, see how they feel about me tomorrow. People think it's hot now. They're going to start thinking people think it's hot now, right? With the summer heat, right? But they have no idea how hot hell actually is for abandoning their morals, their ethics, their self, right? Yourself, who you are, your potential. Right? Abandoning who you are, that kind of hell is hotter than any summer heat in any state, in any country, in any plane. Okay? And you're not doing that. You're not abandoning yourself. And that's bothering these people. They want you to... Anyways. There are consequences to abandoning who you really are. Knowing who you are, abandoning that, giving that power up of you being self-aware of who you are, there's consequences to that. Believe it or not, there are. There really is. And people don't think that there is, but there is. There's whoo boy. Listen, if you understood the inner machinations, right, of these, there's actually 4 agreements. Okay, there's actually, there's like laws of the universe, right? But then there's also, aside from that, there's 4 agreements. And there's consequences if you don't abide by those 4 agreements. Okay? And, alright. Because now I'm getting like, because people just don't understand. And a lot of The biggest problem is, like, a vast majority of people, they don't care to. They don't care to. 2002, I just seen. But they want to mirror you. They want to be like you. But then when they can't, they feel some sort of way. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, now let me move on. Oh no! Yes! Ooh, pumpkin! Oh! Love is in the air. I'm hearing true love. Love is in the air. I enjoy this card. You know what's interesting too, because I keep, okay, something is gonna come in fast for you. 212. It was like a 212. You know what's up, or don't you? Oh my gosh, that song. Okay, first of all, let me, because it's just gonna keep going and going and going. All right, I've been mentioning something about the autumn. Okay, August in particular. Pumpkin came out. I'm going to read this card. For some of you, you're going to be experiencing a multitude of blessings with this Jupiter energy this fall season, this autumn season, which would be the last 2 weeks of August, September, October, and November. Okay? One of those things could be, my shirt's dirty, but I don't really care. One of those things could be love. You know what's up, or don't you? I was in a 212. Hold on, because this song is coming up now. Wow, you can see I've been that since the pamper. Oof. Listen, so there's this one song. There's that, I'm looking for the block. See, this is it. What you gonna do when I appear? When I premiere? The end of your lives are near. This shit been mine. What you gonna do when I appear? When I premiere? There's the end of your lives are near. This shit been mine. Yeah, you're in, this is your time. You're in your power. You're in your power, and people are fearful about that because they can't do anything to take away your power because they're not the ones that gave you this power. The Most High did. And now that you're reveling in it, like, yes, thank you, I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Right? Now that you're reveling it, you know your power, you know your worth. People are fearful about what's going to happen to them. Alright, so that's that. Pumpkin. Oh, the song is called 212 by Azalea Banks. Whatever, listen, I don't really care, but I do like this song, though. Okay, so. Alright, Pumpkin. Encaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. See? The fertile power you hold. You have an abundance of power. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups upright. Right? You know how the Ace of Cups is like a fountain, it's overflowing with water, right? It's just, you have the power to fertile anything and bring anything. You could have like bring anything to life. So you have some people around you too. There's something on a deeper, darker, right, undertone to this, where you have people that are feeling like you have the power to essentially resurrect them from their death or their hell, right? You can pull them from perdition, okay, but they want you to do that to them just so they can go back to being the crap person that they have always been. They have no intentions of healing, being better, doing good, none of that, which is why you're not being called to raise the dead, essentially, right? These people are dead inside, okay? But anyways, Uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. Somebody, so this, okay, side note, for a lot of you, you do have a person coming in, right? This person is being guided towards you, because I just now realized she's holding a lit candle. And all the years I've been seeing this card, I just noticed she's holding a lit candle right there. And she's going towards something, someone, or she's waiting amidst a bunch of full-grown pumpkins, right? Harvest, a bountiful harvest. And it's like she's just waiting. And she's holding a lit candle. Like she is the beacon. There was a line in this song that says something about being the beacon. Let's look it up real quick. What you gonna do when I appear? When I premiere? This shit been mine. What did she say? Yeah, and that I am that young sis, the beacon. Yeah. You can see that I've been the bitch since the pamper, and that I am that young sis, the beacon, the bitch you wants to compete in. So you got a bunch of people that are competing with you, and they're feeling some type of way because they want to give you the power. They want to say that they give you that power. They want to compete with you. You have your back completely turned to these people. It's like you're too blessed to be paying attention to whatever this nonsense is. And that's not a crime. It's not a crime to know how blessed you are and to know that there are certain things that are just beneath you, that it doesn't align with you. It's not a crime to know that there are certain places, people, things that just does not align with you. I'm good on that, thank you, and that's not a crime. You will not get punished for that. People want to punish you for that. But God is literally saying, you're good. And you know that, right? There's nothing in here that will make you feel guilty for knowing that you're doing the right thing, for not putting yourself in positions, places, people, things that does not align with you. That's not a crime. And nowhere in universal law or in the Four Agreements will you be punished for that. That's not a thing. That's not happening. And these people are like, now they're livid. Now they're becoming livid. Now they're livid. Right? Oh, you think you're too good? You think you're too lucky? Listen, if you think that, then go ahead. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, anyways, turn the other cheek. Like my card said, do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your word. Don't talk to these people. Don't argue with them. Don't associate with them. Don't look at them. Okay? Don't. Because they want to make it seem like it's a crime because you're blessed and because we don't align with you anymore, you can move on. Yes, that's exactly how that works. You would know that too if you got up and started doing the work yourself. You would know. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand where the confusion is coming from. How are you not getting it? Anyways, it's not a crime. Banshee. And these people need to stop. They need to stop. I'm telling you. This card seldom comes out. And Banshee is here on the bottom of the deck. These people are going to get got. Because they want to they want to punish you for a crime you have not committed. The crime, 299, the crime is that you just simply turned the other cheek. When that's God, that God has been telling you the entire time, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek. This is not for you. These people are not for you. This thing is not for you. This food is not for you. This place is not for you. Move on, go, turn the other cheek. And you're like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. And these people want to make it seem like you've done them a horrible crime, right? When it's their ego that feels like it's been betrayed or this or that. It's their ego. Lawfully, spiritually, earthly, you've committed no crime, right? You've done nothing, and they want to punish you for that, and they need to stop because we've got Banshee. There, you've got you got things that are around you, right? And some of those things are so love and light. Some of them are as dark and tumultuous, right? That they're just there to do the dirty bidding for you spiritually. That they're just waiting. Just give me a reason. That's this energy. All right? Heed my warning, dear child. For what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. These people are trying to punish you because you're being blessed. They don't understand that by doing that, by making it their business, because they couldn't give you this blessing. I don't even know how to word this, but like I just said, people think that it's hot now because it's the summer. Wait until you feel how hot hell is for abandoning your morals, who you are, your ethics. There's levels to this stuff. All right. So basically, people want to punish you because you did not abandon yourself. And they need to stop because they're going to be like, oh, it's like that. What's up, my love? What happened? Oh, you did it. Let me see. You did it? Oh, let me see. There you go. You did so good. Okay. Yeah.
I need a bigger one.
No, we can make it work. See? Make it work. I love it. You did great. You're welcome. So yeah, they need to stop. So I feel like people think they're comfortable and they feel safe doing things in the dark when it comes to you, but the very darkness that they're using to hide in, there's eyes in that darkness. People don't understand. The darkness is a whole realm in itself, and you think you're doing something in the dark unseen just because it's not being exposed in the light. No, the darkness is a whole thing, just like light is a whole thing. You think you're doing something in the dark? That same darkness knows the rules. And if you're going against a chosen one, you don't think you're going to get punished for that? I feel like these people feel like they put themselves on a pedestal where they can do anything. And look at how calm she is. She's just watching. She's just watching. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, no, you're gonna keep doing it because listen, she's just waiting, right? For the minute that someone says go, these banshees are on these people for bothering you, for wanting to make it seem like your blessings, you and this Jupiter energy is a crime. It's not a crime, okay? They're just waiting for the perfect time, right? For God to say, okay, go. And these banshees are like, oh, now? God's like, yeah, go. Okay. So these people could be hearing people yelling randomly or like just loud screams. You know how like goats be yelling or like what is it? Coyotes, right? They could be hearing those things, right? I'm getting jackal as well. People be doing things in the dark thinking that the darkness is like, yeah, we're safe, we're good, no one's gonna know, but like even the darkness, my light's just flickered, even the darkness is afraid of the light. Like you don't think like I don't even know like you got a lot of people that like, and that's not saying everyone you come across, right? There's just these people that feel like because you know your power, they couldn't give you your power, your self-worth, blah, blah, blah. It messes with their ego. So now they want to make it seem like it's a crime that you know your self-worth. And those are the same people that you need to get away from them. Get away from them right now, because they're about to experience a lot of calamity and chaos in their lives, either as a whole or individually. I feel like it's both. They could individually be experiencing these little mishaps and things and that and this, right? And then as together, like if they, hey, this happens to me. That's so weird because this happened to me. That's so weird because that's, right? And they're not realizing. They're not realizing. It's because did you bother anyone that you shouldn't have been bothering? Did you gossip about someone that you shouldn't have been gossiping about? Did you get involved in someone's business that you had no business being involved in? Okay, well maybe that's where it started. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. These people are looking at you in this Jupiter energy like it's a crime. It's a crime to be lucky only because it's not them. It's not happening to them. Because they have no Wheel of Fortune. That's why it's a crime for you. But if it was for them, not only would they not care about you, but they probably wouldn't even be thinking about you. They probably would be the type to be like, yeah, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. That's probably one of the reasons why you don't have what you want so bad, right? You want luck, fame, fortune, beauty, intelligence, wisdom, this and that and this and that. But you don't want to work for it. You don't want to earn it. You don't want to like do what's necessary to maintain it. And then you want to blame someone else because they did the work to get it. Look, misfortune, chaos, bad luck. I just said these people are going to be experiencing calamity and chaos in their lives because they want to make it seem like you've committed such an atrocious crime. Which, what's the crime? Oh, Your Honor, they're too lucky. What? They're too smart. They're too handsome. They're too beautiful. They're too skilled. They're too talented. So, tell me again, what's the crime? They just know too much and no one's told them anything. They just know. What's the crime? They know too much about me. Have you been in their energy without permission? Well, yeah, because I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, that right there. That, you don't have to say anything else, that right there. If you've been trying to overstep someone's boundary to get in their energy to find out more about them, that right there, that's an offense right there. I'm smelling cigarette smoke. Ten of Swords upright. I wanted to say the Ten of Wands, but people put a lot of energy into things that they be putting their energy in things that don't matter. They're wasting all their energy into wanting to essentially sue you for being lucky, right? And congratulations, you played yourself. I don't know why you like. God is literally saying like, who told you like? I literally gave them that blessing. Why? Who said that they had too much of it? I gave it to. If I feel like they have, if I want to give them all of this, then that's for me to give them. I can do that. But who gave you? Who said it's too much? Who said it's a crime? Mind your business. And that's why you got all these banshees waiting. They're just waiting. They're waiting. Look. She's watching and waiting. People think that they're alone in the dark, but once they're in the darkness, they're safe and sound. No. The darkness. That's when you're going to get got the most, in the dark. And when you get got in the dark, it's going to be revealed how it happened. Listen. Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Ten of Swords upright. Yeah, these people are just very unlucky and hurt. And you need to stay away from them because you're about to witness a bunch of defeated people, defeated egos, dead egos around you. You're about to experience that. People want to make it seem like you got a bunch of unlucky people looking at you like, hello, you don't see that we're unlucky? Come give us some of your abundance. And God's like, turn the other cheek. That's not. If I want to bless them, I will bless them. You don't need to bless them, right? That's for this particular situation. When you are called to help and bless, then you obey. But these people here, no. You were just trying to convict me for being lucky. Like, what? Now you're mad because I won't bless you? You were just making it a whole court case because of how blessed I am. That card just kept falling and falling. It's a Page of Cups. I feel like it couldn't figure out if it wanted to go up or down, up or down, up or down. But these people, what they really need to be doing with this Page of Cups on the fence, what they really need to be doing is figure out where their true priorities lie. It's like they don't know who they are, what they want to do, what's important to them. This and that, this and that. They just want fame, money, and popularity. Well, that's fame. Fame, money, and I don't know. They want it. But the problem is, the reason why they don't have it is because they don't know, that's really what it is, discipline. They don't know how to discipline themselves. Self-discipline can go a long way. They don't want to do it. It's because it's hard. Having to discipline yourself every single day, every second, that's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard. It's not easy. But that's another reason why you get what you get when you focus on your self-discipline. Right? So you got a bunch of people that don't even know who they are, where their priorities lie, how to discipline themselves, but they want all the blessings that come with being able to do those things. And these people will go their entire lives without experiencing fame, fortune, health, wealth, anything in between. They will go their entire lives just because they don't know how to discipline themselves. That's it. So these could be grown-ass adults mad at you because you know how to discipline yourself. I'm sorry, we're the same age. We have the same 24 hours a day. Or these people could be older than you, and they're mad because you know how to discipline yourself. That's mad embarrassing. If you're older than me and you don't know how to discipline yourself, I should be looking up to you, but you're looking at me. You're looking up to me, and you're older than me. You don't think that's embarrassing? And that's not to be cutting ass or anything. I'm just saying, like, what are your priorities to where you feel some type of way about someone who's more disciplined than you? Whether it's age, gender, whatever. Same 24 hours in the day. We're living on the same earth. And you're mad at someone else because they're living in their blessings because they know how to discipline themselves and you don't. You see? These are the same people that are going to get got because they want to punish you for a crime you have not committed. Just because they don't know how to balance their own priorities. Like I said, people think this summer heat is hot. But it's hotter in hell. You know what? It's just, it is what it is, my friends. There's something so anticlimactic about these people too. It's like they worked so hard to do something, but the end result, it just fizzled out. There's something so anticlimactic. Like, you think you're about to do something great, but then you do nothing. That's what they did with their potential. Nothing. They did nothing with their potential. And they're mad at you because, wait a minute, I can do this? All right, let me do this. Let me step into my worth. Let me step into my power. Let me step into my full potential. Let me do that. And you are. There's something so anticlimactic about their lives. I don't want to say it, but their ending. Right? It's just, I'm smelling something very sweet now, like candy. I'm getting lightheaded too. These are people that constantly make bad choices and then they wonder why life is tough, life is against them, they've always had a bad life, life is this, life is that, woe is me, rich people this, healthy people this, smart people this, attractive people this, popular people this. But what are you doing for yourself? Like, where's the effort? Where's the attempt? Where's the discipline? What are you doing for yourself to get what you want? You want that, right? So what are you doing to get it? What are you doing to get it? It's just excuses. That's what that is. It's just excuses. All the ifs, ands, or buts in the world is not gonna magically manifest God's abundance, because it's God. God sees you. And you think that God can't see you in the dark? In the beginning, there was darkness, and then God said, let there be light. Hello, you don't think God got tired of the darkness, and that's why God created light? God's tired of your shits. God's tired of it. And then they want to blame God. Five of Pentacles upright. They feel left out in the cold. They feel like it's not fair. They feel like, these are people that feel like life has always been hard. Life is this. Life has never given them a chance. Life has never been fair. They always felt left out in the cold and this and that. And because where's the discipline? Where are your priorities? What do you want? Who are you? What do you want? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you can't. You can't even finish that because you don't know who you are. I feel like these banshees are just itching. They're itching because there's just been a massive injustice done to the collective. It's just unbelievable the amount that people will go just because their ego feels some type of way. And if these are people that are older than you, like, you're not embarrassed by that because you lack discipline and you're feeling some type of way about someone that's younger than you. You're not embarrassed? And you want to attack them? Because it makes your ego feel some type of way. Oh, you think you're this? Like, who are you to teach me a lesson? Apparently to you, I'm a nobody, right? Because you want to give me my identity. Right? Oh, they think they're all that. Well, if you think so, then why are you bothering me? If you dislike the collective so much, why are you bothering the collective? Why are you trying to set an example, trying to make an example out of them? If they're such nobodies and such this and such that, why are you triggered by them? That's what I don't understand. It's because that ego needs to be fed. That ego needs to feel great. That ego, right? That's what that is. People think too highly of themselves, right? But when they come across you, when you know exactly who you are, it puts their ego to shame because who they thought they were is actually not compared to someone who not only knows who they are, but is actually an example of who they are. They demonstrate exactly who they are right there on the spot. And the mask that they've been wearing, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. And when they come across someone who actually knows who they are and actually is who they is, it's like, you're shattering false identities. You can't even give yourself an identity. You want to give me my identity? Like, let me just turn the other cheek. All right? There's nothing you can say to these people that will change anything, right? You can give them all the advice, give them all the wisdom, give them all the answers. But the thing is they lack the discipline to follow through on that. That's why. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for they will despise the wisdom of your words. Because they know they're going to have to get up and go to work, and they don't want to do that. Right? And whether this is physical work, emotional, mental, spiritual, you need discipline. And that's really what it comes down to. Oh, the Nine of Swords reverse. Ooh. The High Priestess on the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Right behind that. And what's peeking out is the Nine of Pentacles. Alright. So yeah, I feel like this is your energy. With the Nine of Swords reverse, the High Priestess upright, Ten of Cups upright, the Nine of Pentacles upright. This is your energy. Whatever these people are going through, that's not your problem. Your personal struggles with your ego, that's not my problem. And these people, they want you to essentially resurrect them from their hell, right? Pull them out of their own perdition. That's not your job. That's not what you're for. You're not here to pull these people out of hell so they can go back to doing the same things that they were doing. And then they get sent back to hell. And then they're going to call you, hey, can you pull me out? You pull them out. They do the same things. They get sent back to hell. There's a reason why they're in there in the first place. There's a reason why. You know that. They know that. But they're mad at the fact that you know that. Wait, you know why I'm here? Yeah, so I can't because God said I can't. Oh, so you think you're too good to help people in hell now? That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. I can't. That's stupid. So yeah, that's really what that is. I'm like really I'm just very, there's a lot of audacity on the board right now. They have all the time in the world to have all this audacity, but not discipline. You have the same 24 hours as me. What are you doing with all that time? I'll tell you what they're not doing. They're learning discipline. And it's crazy because you know this. You know this. Right? The High Priestess upright. And the Ten of Cups upright. The Nine of Pentacles upright. The Nine of Swords reverse. Jupiter, Pumpkin. This is all your energy. You know this. You know that. People want to call it a crime that you, not only are you aware of these things when it comes to these people, but you're aware of who you are and what you don't and don't have to do. You can choose to help or you don't have to, but you know that it's your choice. And you know that God is saying, don't. Oh, okay. These people, that's another thing that they don't like. They know that you have choice. You can choose. Right? And you won't be punished for not helping. But they want to make it seem like you will be punished if you don't help them. But how can that be? How will you get punished for not helping them when it's the Most High God that's saying, don't help them? Now, I would pray for them. Pray for your enemies. Okay? Because these are your enemies. Pray for them. But you don't have to help them. They need to learn how to help themselves. I feel like one of the problems with these people is that they don't know how to trust. But that's a whole other thing. I'm not going to get into that, right? Wow. Nine of Pentacles upright. The High Priestess upright. Jupiter. Those three cards alone are very, very powerful. That just screams independence. That just screams abundance and knowing. And you know who you are. And you know what's going on. And blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff, right? And the best thing about this all, it's not a crime. Nine of Swords reverse, you're not. There's something about waiting here too. Or biding your time. But anyways. So you're good. You're good. It's not a crime to know who you are and your self-worth. It's not a crime. It's not. Right? And it's not a crime because of your discipline. You earned these blessings. Alright? It's not your fault that you got a bunch of people in your energy who don't know how to discipline themselves, that they can't get what you get. They can't have what you have. They can want it. They can look at it. Right? But the minute that they overstep boundaries and lines and laws and try to hurt you and do this and do that in your name because of you, in spite of you, that's when it becomes a problem. That's exactly why they're being punished. 5454. This is a reading. Bye.